come to my job, like, they never tip, like, I be going so hard for black people, but never once have I ever had a black people tip me well, like, or, like, on percentage, like, maybe once in a while, but, like, I just had a table with, like, 15 people, Hispanic, like, Dominican, I heard somebody saying they was Dominican, and then a table full of, like, black people. It was vibes the whole time. Like, I really gave great service. I always give great service. Do you know they did not tip? The bill was like $600. They did not tip. Like,
the bill is $600.
Was doing the most. Like, they
That's
was
crazy.
stuff
You're
back.
not tipping
Like, they
them
was
for
asking for strong and
Going to a
drinks,
restaurant
like,
not tipping
wanted
itself
free
is
stuff,
insane.
and, like, no, like, mad at them. I can't stand serving black people.
At least she said the table had Mexican and all. One more time.
I think she was comparing two tables.
That's Dominican.
To my job, like, they never tip, like, I be going so hard for black people, but never once have I ever had a black people tip me well, like, or, like, on percentage.
I heard tip well.
Maybe once in a while, but, like, I just had a table with, like, 15 people, Hispanic, like, Dominican, I heard somebody saying they was Dominican, and then a table full of, like, black people. It was vibes the whole time. Like, I really gave great service. I always give great service. Do you know they did not tip? The bill was like $600. They did not tip. Like, and then they was doing the most. Like, they was sending stuff back. Like, they was asking for stronger drinks. Like, wanting free stuff. And, like, no, like, mad at them. I can't stand serving black people.
Damn.
Must be a you thing.
That was a statement right there. I wouldn't say that's the you thing for her, buddy. I know a girl personally that said she hated serving black people.
That's crazy.
Well,
All my
I can
people's
feel
tip.
that. I can feel that in both ways, bro.
I used to
Because
work in a restaurant, so.
I know some black people that be trying to, get hot so they can get a free meal.
Bro, I've actually seen that happen before. That actually
Like,
made
literally
me,
also-
that made me so livid. I was like, bro, if you don't have no
It's a
money,
here and here.
keep your poor ass
But
home.
I ain't gonna say black people. I'm gonna say
yeah,
poor
yeah.
people. Let's
Yeah.
say what's the
poor-
right word?
yeah.
Poor people.
Yeah.
Poor people. We
I'ma
gotta
keep
start
it-
saying black people.
I'm gonna keep it
Because
100.
it's
I
not
know
all.
black.
It's not all.
Because my mama will give a lot of money. I see my granddaddy tip somebody at Burger King.
But she said majority of the time.
No, she said most
Not
of the
majority.
time.
Yeah,
She said
majority
most.
of the
I'm
time,
gonna keep it
black
100.
people
In
won't-
my
your mom
black
could-
house,
your mom could
we
be one of
always
the people
tip.
that
I would get whooped if I didn't
Y'all
tip
too
good.
is one of the people that tip good.
Yeah,
Y'all
I would
don't
She
tip.
tip?
said 95% of the time
Do
they
you
not
not
tipping
tip?
good. Yeah, I tip like my
Nah,
people
you
buy the
lying.
tip. I tip good
He
for
lying.
sure. I be tipping like $20.
Yeah, that's
My dad- my dad's
vibe.
big on that. Y'all know
I tip
we not
for
black.
sure.
I even tip. I tip when I get a drink at the bar. I give you $1.
No,
on top of what
I be
spent.
showing love.
Unless they already charged
$3,
me the gratuity, then I'm not giving
So
you
why
nothing.
does this lady feel us this way?
I don't know. Where does she work?
Well, she
What type of
decided to be a
service are you
server.
providing?
Yeah, well, she decided to be a server, and this is just a tip. Nobody had to give you a
She's
tip
a-
at
she's
all.
a-
But it is.
She's
She's
at a
an
restaurant.
unwritten rule. $600 bill.
I'm gonna keep it 100.
gotta
If you
get
go
the
to
tip.
a restaurant and you sit down and someone services you, you have to tip. If
But
you don't
you-
tip, you
you-
are
like,
a
you
bum.
wrong, you
You
wrong.
are.
Yeah, you
But
wrong.
you need to keep
Look,
your broke ass
look.
home. You should have went to McDonald's really, or you should have got your food to
But-
go.
but think
'Cause
about
if you
it.
go sit down,
You don't have to
someone
do
is
that.
Servicing
You don't have to though.
That's
That
crazy.
you already. That's your job. You're going to work there.
It's not the law,
That's-
but
that's
You
how
don't
they
have
pay.
you physically.
though.
A person physically don't have to come out their pocket
They don't
and give
have
you
to.
anything.
But that's
They don't
morally
have
right.
to give you.
That's
Yeah, morally,
crazy.
but nobody had to give you anything.
got
That's
to.
crazy.
You decided to work there.
They just
But
they just
still, though.
served you the whole time. They provided
Hey,
a service to you, so
hey,
you pay them
I-
for their
But
service.
they
They just
I
provided
pay-
to you.
pay
I-
by hour though too.
Like,
But I'm just
$3.
explaining the concept. You saying it like they don't have to pay. If you
11.
go to a restaurant and
Bro.
sit down, that is someone there that's providing you
Hey.
a service. They bring you your food.
You
they
have
take
to
your
tip
order. They
100%.
refill-
I've never in my
they
life sat
provide
at a
a
restaurant
service.
not tip.
I
No,
tip.
no.
Y'all
If
finna go-
someone
come
just
on,
came
y'all
and
finna-
provided you a service,
finna go in
why
circles
would
with
you
this
not
one,
pay
though.
for it? I'm just saying hypothetically.
Technically you don't,
breaking
but
it down.
morally you do. So I mean,
yeah, morally
have
you do,
to.
but
Yo, y'all
to be
really
Well, I'm
honest
just
with
saying,
you,
if someone provides you a service, do you pay for that service? Yes or no? Yes or
Yeah,
no?
yeah.
Okay then. So then, when you go to a restaurant,
but you
and
is
they-
paying for the service though.
No, you're not. You
Yeah,
paying
you're-
for the food. The bill is for the food. You tip on behalf
They're
of the
getting
service.
paid though, so
They
they
get
don't.
paid $2 an hour. Once the tax
sometimes
takes out, they don't get
11.
paid.
Sometimes they get paid 11.
No,
I
they
think it's
don't.
like $2,
I know
$3
Waitress
an
they
hour.
get paid
it's
$11 an
$2.
hour.
When they
for
work at
sure.
steakhouse?
Chili's.
No, nobody at Chili's makes $11 an hour.
I might have been Applebee's. So one of
Nobody
those.
at Applebee's makes $11 an
Bro,
hour.
I'm telling you.
I
They
guarantee
make the money on
I
tips
guarantee
for real,
you.
bro.
Look
I
it up.
guarantee you.
Well, we ain't
Because
got
I was
it.
the waiter one
I used to go to
time.
Applebee's all the time in Emporia, Kansas. Half price apps, 9 p.m. They don't get more than $11. They get $2.
Because they know they make the tip money.
But ain't,
They make enough money to where their hours that they pay will cover the taxes that's taken out. That's it.
I just saying a person physically don't have to tip.
Yes, you do, bro. Like if you break it down, when you get your bill, that is for the food you paid for. When you tip, you're paying for the service that the server just provided you. So
Anybody
you pay,
can be tipped though.
But without
Okay.
tip.
How much does Applebee's server make?
That's
Applebee's server in the
including the
United
tips.
States is made $15.
Yeah, that's with tips,
That's
bro.
that's
I don't
with
think-
tips.
Yeah,
That's with tips.
That's the average
estimating with
tips.
tips.
Without.
Ain't no way they're making 15 plus tips. They're making $40
bro,
an hour.
There's no serving job in America that pays $15. Approximately. That's estimating how much you'll make per hour.
They gotta be with tips though. Cause I was a waiter one time literally, and I remember that I was making like $3 an
You
hour.
make
different
three,
now,
bro.
bro,
You make.
bro.
I worked in a restaurant.
It's different now. How long ago was
years.
that? How long ago was that?
When I was
high
eight,
school.
from the time I was 15 to 18.
That's a long time ago though, bro.
That doesn't. What do you think changed since then?
Hey.
My sister
I
worked
don't
in the
know.
restaurant industry for years.
I'm just saying.
I'm saying
you physically
somebody
don't.
told me they made $11 an hour at Applebee's.
I feel like you physically don't.
Yeah, anyways,
I'm
though,
talking about a
that
couple
doesn't
months
change
ago.
the fact that I feel
Was
like,
he a
in my opinion, you
busser,
have to
host?
tip.
No, they was a
I
server.
tip people, but you physically don't have to tip.
I just
somebody.
don't understand how you justify not tipping.
What
You're
happened?
not
Is that-
justifying. He's saying you just technically.
But I'm just.
You
I'm,
don't
I'm,
have
I'm
to.
trying to like see where you're coming from with that. I don't.
Because I came
understand.
here. Some people come. I came here to get food.
Then order your food
Thank
and
you.
go home.
Thank you for
But that's
doing
the problem with the nigga.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
I know that's a problem,
That
but
is the problem.
Bro,
But
you
they
gotta
wrong for
realize-
that?
You gotta realize
Yes.
something.
Yeah.
If you are coming,
How's they wrong for
bro,
that?
listen.
'Cause
if
you
you-
morally
listen,
wrong for
listen,
that.
Listen,
That's why
you
don't
morally-
nobody want to
listen,
serve you.
Listen, if you are coming for food, order your food and go home. Go eat it at your house. If you're going to come to the restaurant and sit down, they're providing you
drinks.
with a service. The server provides you with a service on top of the food.
Yeah.
They bring your food. They bring your drinks.
But, you
that's
know-
providing you a
Are
service.
you asking are they
bro.
morally wrong or legally wrong? Which one are you asking?
I'm just
not
trying
saying
to
morally
understand.
wrong. I'm just saying-
That's why I said they was gonna go serve.
Like,
Applebee's.
logically,
I don't understand how
I'm
you
just thinking
justify that.
logically,
So morally or
straightforward.
legally? It's morally or
One at
legally.
a
That's the
time.
only two things it is.
I think legally. Nobody
legally.
has-
Okay, we know the
Okay,
answer.
yeah,
to that. That's not
legally for
arguing.
sure.
Yeah,
Now the answer is morally.
Legally for
That's
sure.
that's
You
what it
think
comes
it's
down
morally
to.
wrong?
I'm
Because you
talking
live off morals
logically.
for real.
You
Logically,
think it's
you
morally
just
wrong?
you just came in a restaurant, right?
Well,
you sat down.
I don't see
Someone
like it's morally
provided you
wrong
a
either.
service.
Because
That's
like,
crazy.
what
That's
if
where we
they-
disagree.
what if
That's
they-
where we disagree.
What
That's
happened if
where we
it's not?
disagree.
What
You
if
got
they-
a mon-
so
you got
what-
that- you got
they
that-
had $5 left and they just gonna give all the rest of their
You shouldn't have
$5.
came with your $5.
Take
Hey.
your poor ass home.
Hey,
couldn't
why would
afford
they
the
just say,
food.
I just want to take somebody out or go out to dinner? You know,
Bro, then you
should
you
go
can't-
somewhere
you can't-
else.
if you have $5 left, you cannot afford that. You are
can't-
poor. Take your
Hey.
poor loser ass to work and
Hey.
save your money.
Hey, I'm just
That's
saying.
all you have to say.
I
And
can
I
see
don't.
both.
I am not sorry for saying
I
that.
can see
If
both
you come
sides.
in a restaurant
I
and
can
sit
see both
down,
sides.
and the restaurant provides you with a server that provides you with a service, you pay for the service. You pay on behalf of the service.
Yeah,
so
I can
obviously, old girl not providing a good service, or you just getting bad customers. But I just don't think that people just come in and don't tip.
Well, she must be in the hood.
She must
man.
have a bad
I can see
attitude
this.
or
I can
something.
see this happening in the hood for sure. A hood restaurant.
Hey.
Because I mean, I know guys. I know
there's
personally.
no
I know
justification
guys,
to me
you
for
know,
not
coming-
tipping.
We go eat, man. Brother might got $20 meal, $15. You know, bro might can't spare the few dollars, or I
Bro,
mean,
then
after
if
the
you
taxes,
can't- if you can't spare
$19.99.
the
Now you
dollars,
got
you
a
can't
quarter.
afford to eat out. If you can't afford the tip, you can't afford to eat out.
We going out.
No, morally
can't
though.
afford
It's
to
Back
eat
in
out.
my eating dash prime shoot, I used to be doing that, but we ain't got no
And
money to
that's-
eat at all.
And y'all are proving the point
You're
exactly.
proving my
What color
point.
are
You
you?
can't
I know.
afford
I
to
said
eat
it's
out.
wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. Definitely.
What
It's
color
wrong.
are you?
You're proving my point, bro.
It's
You
wrong,
can't
definitely.
afford to
But I'm
eat
not
out.
gonna say that you shouldn't go eat out with your friends if it's like, you know, a group of guys.
I,
Some young guys.
I 100% think if you cannot afford to tip, you cannot
Yeah, I
afford to
can't
eat
say
out.
that. I don't agree with that. I can't say that.
I would
can't
say I
that
agree.
shit.
You can't afford it.
So talking about y'all
You can't
haven't been
afford it.
eating out at a young age and only have like $30 to eat out.
Brother,
No,
I
it would
always
be.
tip.
I would like. I'm
That's what I'm
always
saying.
been
I've
on
always
tipping for
tipped.
sure.
So,
I've always
but I'm
tipped.
saying though, I personally know people, and I've been in situations where I didn't have enough money to tip.
You could not afford to be there, brother. You just said you did
ate.
not have enough money. You couldn't afford it.
So I'm good though.
Exactly.
So I ate.
That's
I'm
why-
good.
and that's why they
Morally,
don't want
it's
to
wrong.
serve you.
Morally,
Bro,
it's
but-
wrong.
And that's
but
why
I
she's
am
right
good.
for not wanting to serve people
That's what I'm
like
saying, bro. You literally just said.
In
You
my
literally
opinion.
just proved my
Like,
point.
if I was if I was a server and I see y'all first come in, I'll say I'm not serving them because I'm gonna serve somebody
you
else.
just proved my point. You just proved my point.
Yeah.
You just
Me
proved
too.
my point.
So that's all
I
I'm
went
saying.
out with $30. I could only afford my meal. I couldn't afford the tip. You can't
Yes.
afford it. In the
But I
discussion.
ate and I got it. I afforded it.
You
Yeah, but
afforded
you
the
morally
food.
wrong.
So
Okay,
you
but
so
you
you
couldn't
supposed to
afford to
discriminate
pay for the
against
service.
them?
I couldn't afford.
You couldn't,
Yeah, I
so
couldn't
you couldn't
afford
afford to pay for the service that was just
Yeah.
provided. Therefore,
Yeah.
you can't
But
afford it.
therefore-
So
But
the
therefore,
question
you
is
should not
she
have been
wrong
there.
for not wanting to serve black people? No.
So
She's
y'all
not
saying
wrong.
poor people should not go in there and eat then?
Yes, 100,000%.
That's messed
If
up.
I have a
I ain't
restaurant
gonna say
and you
that.
can't afford to tip, don't come your
I
broke
can't
ass
say
in my
that.
restaurant
I
and take your
cannot
poor
say
ass
that.
home
I'll keep
and
it
eat
real.
soup and
Sit
noodles.
back down,
That's
bro.
getting money. You just gonna
That's
get money.
it.
You might as well say,
That's
fuck
Yes.
it. nigga. Yes.
keep it real. I
100%.
agree.
If you can't afford to pay my employees on the service they're providing you, don't bring your ass in here. It's a pretty simple concept.
Yeah,
it's a pretty simple concept.
No, look, especially at our age right now.
It's a pretty simple concept.
I mean, but I can't say everybody's gonna have it like that, though. You know,
I'm just keeping it 100. If you come to my restaurant and you can't afford to pay my employees on the service they're providing you, don't bring your ass in here.
So
I'm sorry for that.
No, on a serious note, though, have y'all ever went in a restaurant with a limited amount of money?
I'm still
A limited
going to
amount of
tip.
money?
Yeah.
I'm still
Yes,
going
but I'm
to
not
tip.
gonna go.
No, I'm talking about,
Close.
well, not better. You only have, okay, yeah, no.
Oh, I'm gonna ask the homie.
$1 to tip. Yeah,
I'm gonna ask the homie next to me. I'm like,
sure,
bro.
I'm talking about if you only had a few quarters left.
I can't afford to be there, brother.
I would
So have you
ask
been in that
somebody.
situation before?
Yes, I have, and I would ask the people around me. I'd be like, bro, can
So
you
what
get
did
somebody to
y'all
meet you
do?
back
Bro,
later?
spot me, bro. Like, I got you.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
pay you
what I would
back.
do, too.
I'm gonna go ask my mom. Like, look, he spotted me. I couldn't afford it.
Like,
Don't give me
how
money.
many $4-5?
Somebody can't call their mama.
Well, that's your problem. You should have taken your broke ass home. You should not have came out the house because you obviously can't afford to be here. You and
So
your
he's not
mother.
supposed to get a service because he could afford it.
I'm gonna tell you this. I would not serve your ass.
You should
If
not be
I'm the
here.
server, I wouldn't serve
You
your
should not
ass.
be here if you cannot afford my service. Take your loser ass home.
You shouldn't work there then. You shouldn't
Nah, I
have
would
been
know
working there at all.
before.
So now you gonna
Okay,
say something.
I'm serious because like sometimes it's broke people that come in, and then sometimes like rich people that come in.
So
you can't be upset. So what she said was
You
right.
shouldn't have a job.
What she
because-
said was right,
You
in my
shouldn't have a
opinion.
job because
She
you
said
may
right.
have to service people who can't afford to pay you for your service, and that's your fault because you work there. That's what you just said.
Yeah.
Nigga, there's broke and rich people that goes in. So
Brother.
you trying to say poor people can't eat?
I
You're
think-
just
I
saying
think
that.
if poor
That's
people-
the words that's coming out your mouth.
This is what I'm saying.
You just
This
saying
is what
poor
I'm
people
saying.
cannot eat in a
Shut up. Let me
restaurant.
say what I need to say. This is what I'm saying. If you cannot afford to pay for the service, get your food to go, pay for the food, and get out.
So you basically saying a homeless man that come up on $30, he shouldn't be served.
What if you're not gonna spend some of that $30 on a tip? Don't bring your ass in here. We're gonna
That's
give you your
crazy.
food to go
That
and
is
get out.
That is
Go
insane.
outside.
That is not morally wrong. That's morally wrong in that
sometimes you got
aspect.
to.
That's morally
Okay, so
wrong.
me
in that
as a
aspect.
restaurant owner,
I'm gonna take a bread. I'm gonna take the bread.
Okay,
My
okay,
service.
okay,
I'm
but-
paying them at the end of the day. I
You
want the
pay
dude that's
them
coming with the bread.
$2.
If at a nice restaurant, like a real nice restaurant, the tip is already included. So if you couldn't pay that tip, then you can't pay the bill.
Exactly.
So that means you can't pay the tip, so you can't come.
You can't afford it.
That's the same
Oh
thing.
my God. Oh my
Bro,
God.
I think it's Denny's or something. That's what
Oh
I'm
yeah, you talking about
Yeah, that's
Denny's
how
or
I'm
some
looking
shit?
at it.
I'm talking about a
Yeah,
restaurant.
I'm looking at
Restaurant.
Denny's.
That's
I'm
restaurant.
saying,
That's what I'm looking at.
I'm
What
looking
I'm
at
saying
Denny's. I ain't looking at
is, this is
cheesecake.
this is what I'm saying. I'm gonna break it down as simple
If
as
the
I
tip,
can.
I'm saying the tip is included,
if
you
I'm-
can't pay the bill. You can't pay the bill.
Yeah, fact. If I'm thinking as a
yeah,
restaurant
you told me.
owner, if you come into my restaurant and you can afford to pay for the food, and
What type of
my
restaurant?
employee,
What type of restaurant?
It doesn't matter what type of restaurant.
Denny's?
I'm saying any type of restaurant.
Denny's.
Any type of restaurant. Any
Okay,
type.
so we-
If
Denny's.
I'm the owner, I see you come in and you can just afford the food. I'd rather you just buy the food and get out rather than go sit down.
I would
have
not do that.
My employee.
You're not gonna win.
Okay, can I finish telling you what I'm saying before you start yapping again?
All right, finish.
I would rather you take your food and get out rather than have my employee provide you with the service and you not pay them for that
I mean,
service
I'm
they
pretty
just
sure
provided you.
that's what they all would rather, but they won't know until the end.
Well, that's just what I'm saying. If I
That's why
I
you
have to
just
look
put
at the
the tip
scenario
included.
and say, oh, I can just afford the food. Get the food and get out.
That's just the
'Cause
tip is included.
someone is
bro.
about to put their time and effort in to provide you with a service and you not pay them for that.
No, I
don't.
agree
I
that.
don't
I
think
think
that's
it's messed
right.
up, but-
I don't think that's right. And if you think it comes down to your last dollar, clearly you cannot afford to be
I'ma
there.
keep it
Moral-
You
okay, we
cannot
already,
afford to eat there.
look, we
That's-
already said
that's
it.
the bottom line.
Morally,
We
it's
did.
wrong.
That's the bottom
Legally,
line.
you can't.
But
do
how's
it.
that
yeah,
more?
yeah.
That's the
I
bottom
feel like
line.
both ways, morally, that's wrong. You should go dead somebody's service.
But
'cause they
everybody-
can't
I
get
just
the
said
broke,
we're
so
gonna
that's
still
what
give
it
you
is.
food. We're still gonna give you food.
Everybody
But you're
knows
not gonna sit down in my restaurant and get a service.
Facts.
That's what y'all think.
It's pretty simple concept.